you set me free. Just force a smile and let me be. Such a pretty wreck. Can you say something? Nothing. Expected nothing less. Same situation. Hesitation. Man, you're such a mess. I've got a bad feeling about this. My heart can't handle one more hit. Alone now. Alone now. I've got a bad feeling about this. Try to erase it, I'll try to replace it. I'm bitter and broken, my heart is a wasteland. I'll try to sedate it.
Well, hello, Jen. Hello, everybody that's tuning in now or tuning in later. How in the fuck are you doing, Jen?
I am well. How the fuck are you?
I felt like I was fucking dying. There's a lot of fucking. There's a lot of fucking. Gonna be a lot of fucking going on today.
There'll be a lot of the F bombs today.
A little bit of a change than I normally do, right?
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch my words, but not today. It's been a fucking hell of a ride the last 2 weeks. I tell you, this flu has been a nasty SOB.
It's rough, man.
It has not letting go. I still feel a little rough today, but I'm here. I'm moving around and I'm breathing. So I'll take that as a blessing. Hey, Sid's still alive.
There you go. That's the way we got to look at it. I'm still feeling pretty fortunate myself to be kicking still above ground. So
we're just two blessed individuals in a blessed world.
We are.
We're just blessing the world with our shenanigans. So welcome everybody to Reinventing with Jenn and Sid. Of course, that's Jen right there. And I'm not for sure who this guy is. Still Sid, I guess. Still Sid. Today it's unusual for us on a Saturday, of course. We usually do our shows on Wednesdays, but today we have a special guest, so we're doing a Saturday show. So welcome. I know it's a little bit different time slot for us. So thank you for tuning in now. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching this later. We do appreciate your support. And so we got this guest on today that has been around our group, Reinventing Fellowship, and he's been around on my page, popping around here and there with liking posts and interacting with what I do. So I thought, man, what a great opportunity to bring this fella on the show. Let him have a little bit of a word. So everybody, please welcome Jay J to the show.
Hey, hello.
I'm not going to try to.
Thank you for having me, mate.
I'm not going to try to attempt to pronounce the last name. I'm going to let you do that yourself.
Shall I try it to pronounce for you? This de Slægte.
Yeah, that's not. I'm never going to get it.
I know.
I'm never going
I
to get it.
always tell people here in England to think Welsh. Slægte. It's a Dutch name, and there are loads of Dutch people in your country, but they lost their accent, I think.
Well, our country's full of Irish immigrants as well, too.
Yeah.
Not only Irish, Germans, English, Italians, even Norman, because the Normans were the first to conquer the Isles. It wasn't what's his name, that Italian guy, Columbus.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was actually
the bloody Vikings.
He was very lost.
Yeah, he just stumbled across. That wasn't Christopher Columbus's main mission. He's like, oh, there's shore. We just crashed into our ship into the shore. Oh, I wonder what this place is. Well, But welcome to the show, Jay. Pleasure to have you on with us.
It's a pleasure to have me because I do this all the time and I'm not nervous at all because my medicine is here.
It made his nerve. It's nerve medicine.
He's got his nerve meds.
It's good to see you, Sid and Jan. But
Brent,
I know Sid
pleasure.
a little bit better.
Hey, that's my friend. Hey, Brent.
A very special episode, Brent says. Excuse me, guys. You hear me cough every so often. I still got this nasty stuff in my chest, and so every so often you might hear me cough, so I do apologize. But yeah, welcome to the show, Jay.
My pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born last century somewhere. In Holland.
In
the
Holland?
Netherlands, for lots of people.
In Holland?
In a little village called The Hague. Some people think The Hague is a country because the International Criminal Court is there.
Yeah.
But it's just a big city like London, Birmingham, New York, probably. And it's on the beach. I grew up on the beach, not surfing because it's not California. But yeah, it has a vibrant music scene, The Hague, because I started off as a roadie for the Golden Earring.
Golden Earring, huh?
You know that band probably because of Radar Love.
Yeah.
Radar Love, yep.
And I did some other roadie stuff for a band called Picture, a Dutch band from Rotterdam area. And the funny thing is, I met them at a gig. They were lost, and we were lost going to the gig. And we were going to Belgium years and years ago. I was about in the 80s somewhere. And it was a big festival at Venom. The English band Venom was headlining.
Venom, yeah, I remember them.
Oh, yeah.
Venom. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And I ended up to be a part of that crew, setting up the stage. And I'm still really good friends with Laurens Bakker, their drummer, and Rinus Vreugdehill, the bass player. We are still good mates. And I used to work in a very famous music store in The Hague, selling musical instruments, and everybody who was somebody in the music scene in Holland bought their instruments at our place. And Bucky, Laurens Bakker, Bucky, he was one of my.
I always wanted to go to Holland. And the only reason
you
why
have to go, but don't go to bloody Amsterdam because Amsterdam is.
that's what I'm ready to say too. Thanks, Jay. I wanted to go to Amsterdam.
It's one of those cities made up for
Tourists.
like Hollywood. Go to The Hague, go to Rotterdam, go to Utrecht, go to Groningen.
It was
go
like when I was
Leeuwarden.
I knew Amsterdam was legal on weed, and I just wanted to go there to smoke fucking hell out of weed.
Hey, I don't do weed, man. I don't do fucking weed.
I'm sorry.
No, because it's legal. It's legal in Holland. So what's the fun about it? It's legal.
What's fun about it? You don't go to jail for it there.
No.
It's not as exciting.
Go ahead, Jen. Sorry.
It's not as exciting to do there because you're not going to get in trouble for it.
I don't like they would have walked the street with a joint
I got
in my
some
hand.
stories about drugs in my life, so that's why I don't use drugs. I lost loads of friends in the 80s because of drugs related
The
deaths.
80s were crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
I wanted to go there during the
Um,
80s when I was the height of me smoking weed. I don't do it so much anymore, but I've gotten older and I've gotten myself clean, 9 years clean pretty much. But every occasionally I'll get around and I might smoke a couple hits off one just to kind of calm me down because I don't drink. I don't drink hardly ever at all.
I don't.
I don't either.
I mean, Jen, can you believe that I don't have a Mountain Dew in my hand?
I know that's hard to believe.
Cold tea.
Usually it's
It, it's Scottish cold tea.
Scottish.
cold tea.
Now,
Now Jay, do you have a like a production studio there, right? Like a music studio there where you're at,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
kind of put together your own music. Do you also
Yeah.
do you work with other bands? Do other bands come to your place? And
Yeah,
work with them?
I do. Yeah.
How often do you do that?
Not too often, but what I do very often is podcasts.
Podcast.
Yeah, I got a community here in Corn, in Leicestershire. They want to do podcasts for well-being, health, and well-being, and that sort of things. And I opened up my studio. You know, my partner Sid. You know my partner Julie.
Yeah,
And
Julie. Hi, Julie.
No, Julie is very poorly. She got what you got. She's in bed at the moment.
Oh no. If you're
And
watching,
Oh
I
no.
hear some high in the background, but she is very poorly at the moment.
well, I hope you feel
And,
better, Julie, if you're
but
Oh
watching.
man, everybody's
yeah,
getting that
but
stuff
she's a life
everywhere.
coach. She's a life coach, and I help her out with my studio to do all the recordings she wants to do with people in our community to do the podcasts. And yeah,
I
I
think
got
that's
the
awesome.
equipment, I got the proper microphones here. I endorse Rode microphones. So yeah.
That's a cool idea to have a podcast about well-being because there's so much that people don't like to talk about when it comes to well-being.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'm really fucked up, mate.
I think we all.
I was fucked up.
Join the club. Join the club.
I was fucked up.
Hi, George. Good to see you, buddy. What's going
Hi,
on, Scott?
George. Hello, Scott. Tiberius.
My
Tuttle.
podcast has gone through so many evolutions, and I think that's the beauty of doing podcasts, that you can kind of grow and experiment and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. When I first started doing podcasts, I put no restrictions on myself. I wanted to be the Howard Stern of the pagan community.
I love you.
Nothing was off limits for me when I started doing it. Then the older I'm getting, I started realizing that it's starting to kind of go a different direction where I'm more concerned about people's well-being. How can my life experiences help others in their life experiences? Can what I've experienced help them get through some of the things that they've been through? So I take different things. Now older, I gotta just kind of take different things and kind of play with them a little bit and see what works. I'm reinventing myself every day, I guess.
Yeah, I think we all do reinvent ourselves every day. I've been to some shit times. I have really great times. Yeah, I have my highs and lows, and I
And I
have
think
my
we all do.
high again.
The problem has always been is we have our highs and lows, but a lot of people just don't like to acknowledge those highs and lows. Nobody likes talking about the lows of their lives, the hard times, the bad times, the things that we're just not very proud of. But a lot of that is very important. I think the lows of someone's life are sometimes more important than the highs of someone's life, because you really had to go through something, and you got through it, and you got through it on the other end. When you're high, you're not going through nothing, right? It's all peachy, it's all good, everything's happy, everything's cool. But it takes a real person, a real warrior, to say, I've been through this, I fought through this, I got myself on the outside of this, and this is who I am today. Drug addiction was my thing. Drugs was my thing. I had to get myself sober, and then constantly every day reinvent who I am and how am I going to get that message across.
My thing was depression, and
Mine too.
and I didn't know what I was. I never used drugs like people use drugs. I had a line of coke, and I had a joint now and then, a split or whatever you call it. But I lost so many lovely people in the 80s because of drugs and overdoses. They hanged themselves because of money problems, because of drugs, and that sort of thing. So I never had that problem in one way, because I stayed away. I woke up and I said, "Ooh," but I had other dark times. I've been on the streets. I lived on the street for months, and with no one looking after me, and just yeah.
Mine was always the drugs. I have overdosed 3 times. I've died once. They brought me back, but I got remarried again, and then she had a child, and that was kind of like right before she gave birth. It was my moment to say, all right, it's time for me to get my life together. I need to get off this stuff, and I need to get my life together. And I've spent my whole middle 40s till now sending a message about you know, there is hope. No matter how low it is, how life may seem like it's impossible. And trust me, I felt so like nothing was possible for me. I felt like this was my rest of my life, and I'm going to die on drugs. And then I finally snapped myself out of it.
I have been there.
I've been homeless. I've lived on a river. I've lived in tents. I did whatever I could to get my next tie. And then when my wife got pregnant and getting ready to have our first kid, I got myself sober. And I told myself, I'm going to give these kids a reason that they can look back on in life and say, no matter how bad life gets, I'm looking at my dad and seeing what he went through. There is absolutely nothing that I can't do either. And I struggled a bit the last 2 or 3 years. I admit that I have struggled a lot trying to find purpose again, because I lost my oldest son to drugs. He died of heroin and fentanyl, and I've still not 100% recovered from that, because I feel like I've let him down. I spent so much time helping others that I felt like I let him down, and I didn't let him. And I had to convince myself that I didn't let him down. It was just it is what it is, and I'm going to take his name, and I'm going to make sure that it's not synonymous to him dying of drugs, but his life had some sort of purpose, and that's shining light on
Hey, dude, can I stop you there for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know his name.
His name is
I will create a song for him.
His name is Cody. Cody Simonik is his name.
Cody.
Yep. He was 27 years old when he passed away, and I just felt so baby. Bad. He was just a young man, and I felt so bad that I spent so much time helping so many other people overcome their addictions, or if they were struggling. I was there for Cody, but I still felt like in the end that whatever I did wasn't enough. And it's hard for a parent to tell yourself it's time to forgive yourself, bro. You have to forgive yourself, and then don't take that loss. Yeah. Brent says here, same Sid. My son
I
died of fentanyl. Big hug.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry
know
to hear
that.
that, Brent. I'm so
I
sorry
Yeah.
to hear that.
I didn't know that, Brent. I'm so sorry.
But I think it's a great idea, and I think it's a great concept, Jeff, that Jay, to have these podcasts talking about well-being, whatever degree of that is, whatever the topic is.
It's
It's
not
a
my
great idea.
podcast. It's Julie's podcast. She does all the uh, well-being things, and it's a little community here in Corn, where we live. Corn is a really small village, and I mean it's a dot in Leicestershire, not far from Loughborough, Leicester. Leicester is the big city, and we got a really lovely community here. And Julie is a really big part of it with her podcasts. And the other thing is, we walk a lot of dogs of our friends. Some people think it's a business. No, we walk dogs of friends, and we gain friends every time because the dogs love us, and and especially me. I love dogs,
I do too.
and they
I do
all
too.
come to me.
Dogs are a great way to make friends. They
Oh yes,
dogs
Jen.
draw other dog people to you. So
Oh
dogs are a great way to make friends.
I guess I'm
yeah.
the oddball here. I guess I'm the oddball here.
Are you
I,
a cat person?
I'm not a no.
Animals
Oh
are the
no.
best.
Oh no. I'm definitely not a cat person. I'm more of a dog person than I am a cat person. But a few years back, I lost one of my favorite dogs. His name was Mickey, Mikki 6. I named him after Nikki
Uh,
6, but he was Mickey instead of Nikki. And he died.
Was he a Motley Crew?
I had to put him down, and when I
oh,
did, I had to put him down in my arms. And ever since then, it's been a struggle for
That
me
was a
to
joke.
get attached to another animal until I got Ragnar that I have. He's a black mouth cur, and he's such a sweet, sweet, sweet baby. But still, I struggle with wanting to connect with him because I know what's ultimately going to happen. He's going to
yes,
get
but
old.
that is the
I don't want to
part.
get attached.
I know that's part of having a dog. That is the sacrifice that you make for the unconditional love that they give to you.
That's one hell of a sacrifice to
It
give.
is. It is. But
It tears
that
the soul apart when you love
it
something that
does.
much, and then you have to put it down in your arms and hold
Yep.
it while it's taking your last breath. There's no.
It's hard. It
It's
is
tough.
hard.
It's tough.
I've done it many times, but I for I struggle intensely with depression, and part of keeping me okay is having my dogs,
Oh
and
yeah.
so I have to have my dogs, and so Sebastian is my emotional support dog right now, and I wouldn't be here without them. There's no way.
My emotional support has been the community for me. I think throughout the losing my dad and my son within
Yeah.
6 months,
Yeah,
my
you've had it
emotional
rough. You've had it tough. You've
the
had a hard
community
time.
coming together and showing so much love towards me, that's been my and there's been some really dark days where I've been really depressed, and the community somehow, some way finds a way to put a smile on my face, warm my heart, just through support, or I'll get a private message letting me know that, hey, I can relate to you, Sid, and this is what I've done, and I get advice, and I absolutely, that has been huge to me because I spent a lot of my life alone, like
I
through
spend
teenage
most of my
years.
life alone.
To have that kind of support that you're just not used to having, it's
Mm,
insurmountable.
yes,
Hmm.
it is.
I don't like people.
I don't either. I don't
I
either.
I
I
have really bad experience with people,
I
and
prefer the
they
company of
cause
animals.
me all the problems.
To be fair, Jay, I can relate to that. I've been struggling with my spiritual path of like within the last year of just people. I was
Sid,
dead.
Sid, can I ask you, what is your spiritual past? What is spiritual past?
I was head neck deep into the pagan community for many, many, many years, many, many years, and I've been hurt, stabbed in the back,
Yes, he
used
has. Yes, he
over and
has.
over and over and over again till this here, like in the last 6 months. I just told myself I've had enough. I just had enough of being used. I try to help people. People want to get into, like, let's say podcasting, and I get them started and get them moving, and I support them, and then they just start using you or stabbing you in the back, and it's just one thing after another after another. And I thought, well, this isn't any different than what really bothers me the most is the whole Christian and pagan war that's always happening all the time. There's no
Okay, can I
respect
stop
anymore.
you there? Because religions in general, it doesn't matter what religion,
I agree.
is control.
It's all control, no matter
I
All
no matter if
control.
it's pagan,
fucking
Christianity.
hate religions. I'm not against it, but I fucking hate them. As long as they keep me
As long as they stay away from
alone,
me, I'm fine with it.
yeah, I'm fine with it. But it's all a fucking lie.
I just got the
Every
most.
religion is a fucking lie. Read the small print, read between the lines. It's all based on the same fucking thing. And Christianity is the fucking worst of everybody because it's pagan, it's even before pagan, and they copied everything. And if Christians were really Christians, they were eating fucking fish at Christmas. But that's my view, and I research, I look back, and
I
I can
personally,
relate to all sorts of pagan things, and they copied everything.
well, every belief has copied something. Even paganism is not the original belief.
They
It's
all
not.
believe in
It's
ghosts, and
every.
ghosts don't exist.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
That's a whole nother show all in itself, right there.
It's
Oh
a whole
yeah.
nother
Do
show.
you believe in Casper? I love Casper the ghost. But he's
I
not fucking
struggle. I
real.
struggle being a spiritual guy, and I have done ghost investigations, and I've experienced going to church and the Holy Spirit. I think it's more of a frame of mind of what you.
No,
I think what you're being told.
churches are bad.
Well, there's a lot of things that are bad. Now outside of churches, there's a lot of things that are bad. I think
No,
church
no.
can be
See,
bad
I will
if
stop you
used.
there. Churches are there to control you. The whole religion thing is
I can say the same thing
because
about
if
paganism.
you
Paganism
bad,
is there to
you go
control
to
you as
hell.
well.
If you really nice, you go to heaven. Is there any proof? Because nobody came back from heaven, nobody came back from hell to tell us how it was. End of story. The same with, sorry to interrupt you, I'm getting really angry because I fucking hate religions. Adam and Eve had 3 sons. End of fucking story. The
In a
Bible is
fucking story.
the Bible,
I
you
love how
can
he says that,
fucking
don't you?
burn it because it's fake.
I've learned to be open-minded. I'm really, really open-minded about Christianity. I've really become open-minded about pagan. Every bit of it is intertwined in some shape or form. It's just depending on what the person wants to believe. How far do they want to let it go? I'm not a big. I've learned lately that I'm not a big fan of the church because there is a lot of organization. There is a lot of control, bits of control that I'm not too excited about. I still respect what they do, how they're doing it. Each their own. To each their own. That's just part of humanity. You got to respect humanity as a whole. Whatever somebody believes in, that's on them. That's for them to have their moment. Whatever. I don't care. I care about what the person is inside of them. I care about who they are as a person, not what they believe in. That's always been my thing. Always have. But before we get dive too deep in this, I think we should play some, how about some fucking music?
Yes.
What do you think?
Some music.
I think music is a good idea. I also think it's good to judge people on whether or not they're an asshole.
Boom. Boom.
That's just how I think.
That goes a long way too. If you're a good person, I'm going to treat you good. If you're a dick, I'm going to treat you like a dick that's been put in spots that probably should never been put into. That's how I'm going to treat you.
Maybe I need to write a song about that.
About being a dick.
Sorry to offend you earlier, because I am a really disbeliever.
I will get offended.
You're not going to offend either one of us.
I love music. I love music.
I just give you shit because Metallica is one of my favorite bands, but that's all right.
No!
That's all right, Jay. You can be a douche, Jay, all you want to. I'm still gonna love still gonna love Metallica. As a matter of fact, we're gonna take your video out. We're gonna play a Metallica video instead. I'm just fucking around. In case you guys don't know, Jay here has a band called Scars of Pride. Let's talk briefly a little bit before we play this song. This is like this project's like a collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Different various musicians come in, play.
Scars of Pride is me and David Cottery. He's the bass player, and we use some other people. But I also did a song for a friend of mine who was diagnosed with cancer, and he survived, luckily. And we did a song called The Phoenix Will Rise Again. And all members of old new wave of British heavy metal bands like Angel, Witch, Titan, Quartz, all joined us, and I've been recording with all those guys here in my studio.
Well, you lucky bastard.
We did a really, really good song, actually.
You lucky bastard, you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's Europe, mate. You're there on that continent called America, but it happens here in Europe.
That's right, because thrash metal in America originated from over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Birmingham, not far from here, Birmingham is the city where it happened. Heavy metal was born in Birmingham.
Speaking of Birmingham, did you get your tickets to see Black Sabbath for the last show?
No, I don't go to the last show because the tickets are ridiculous.
That's what I've heard, that the ticket prices were outrageous.
Are they?
From what I've read, fans are pretty pissed off at how high these ticket prices are.
Yeah, but
that kind of
I
sucks.
don't understand why they have to have Metallica on the bill, Alice in Chains on the bill. It's a Birmingham thing. Have
really
Judas
has it out for
Priest, have Napalm Dead.
I was pretty pissed off. To be fair, I was pretty pissed off when I watched the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction of Ozzy Osbourne, and they brought in. I personally love Jelly Roll, but bringing him on to do a "Mama, I'm Coming Home" cover was absolutely horrid. Horrid.
I never heard it.
Don't
do it. Don't watch it.
Do it. Anyway,
I have to say I like Dolly Parton.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
With
She's royalty.
Things, with what's his name? Rob Halford. Bygones. Yeah.
She came out with a rock album too right after that.
Oh,
Her induction
yeah.
to the Hall of Fame. It was
Actually
actually
did a
pretty
good
decent.
job.
To be fair.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
we're
good.
going to take a brief break, guys. We're going to come back, talk to Jay about Scars and Pride, his band, his project, what he's got coming up. But until then, we're going to play a song called Fallen Angel. So stay where you're at. Enjoy the song.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Fuck. Bro, don't worry, I got it. Don't worry. Be good. I gotta get it all in there. I gotta saturate it. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
This ain't real, bro. You serious? No, I'm serious. It's dead ass. This is like a new technique I learned. All right, though. New one, bro. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is a lot. No, bro, I'm telling you, watch. This will make you so soft, so soft. Come on with the shit. Yeah, it's cool. Oh shit! Yeah.
For all my Viking friends that need a good conditioning on their beard, go to that guy. Go to that barber. Great song, by the way.
That is a great song.
Sorry about that.
About what? Sorry about what?
The noise. The song.
You're sorry for that?
I
I should smack. I should smack you, sir.
It's a lot of noise. It's heavy, and
that's what we like.
That's what we like.
I do.
Keep your stories. Keep your sorries to yourself, Jay.
But this is with the old singer, with the old Scars of Pride from about what are we now? 2025.
About 8 years ago.
4 years ago.
I know. I went to your YouTube channel and I seen a lot of stuff that was done put on there about 8 years ago or so.
Our YouTube channel is very backdated. The story is we have a new singer, and we did 4 songs with him now, but I haven't uploaded that to the YouTube channel yet because we all humans, and Dave, who is the new singer, Dave Gilbert, he is fucking amazing. He's a bloody lovely bloke as well. He is one of the guys of Metal Brothers, the song I did with all the other famous people. Oh God, my brain is mush at the moment. The Phoenix Rise Again, and he is one of the 4 singers on that song. And Dave and I got really close, and he became the new singer of Scars of Pride. And I'm very happy. And he is brilliant. He's a lovely bloke. He's a good singer.
Your guitar playing is pretty fucking brilliant too, though, to be fair.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I love you forever.
He's been sending me bits on Messenger of some of his new stuff, and I'll tell you what, is absolutely just brilliant what he's coming up with on guitar riffs. I like that crunchy, hard metal sound when it comes to my guitar, when I hear guitar players. But the stuff that he's coming up with now for some, because you're working on some new material for Scars and Pride, correct?
Scars of Pride and my solo project, Night Ravenstein. That's it started years ago. Night Ravenstein is a project I started. It's a solo project, but Night Ravenstein is my 2 grandmothers. Night is my grandmother, the Ridder, and Ravenstein is my grandmother, Ravenstein. Sorry.
Is it just me? Is it just me, or I just absolutely love his accent?
I know your accent is amazing.
It's bloody Dutch.
It's making my
Dutch.
It's making my nipples hard.
The means the night.
It's officially making my nipples hard listening to him talk. It's weird. I don't get that way with George guys, but his voice for some reason, I can sit and flick him, and I'm going, oh, this is cut diamonds right now. This cut glass right now. These bad boys could. Anyway, I'm excited for what you got coming out from Scars and Pride, and I'm also excited for your solo project as well, because the bits that you've been sending me are absolutely fucking brilliant. And I tell you, it takes a lot of talent and a lot of patience to do what you're doing, because you're a lot of this is like plugins, right? Like the drums and some of this.
No, the drums are not plugins.
No. Fucking hell.
I sampled every bloody beat, every tom, every snare, every bass.
So you're playing all. So you're playing all the. So you're playing all the instruments then.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
Fuck. Well, fuck. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different story.
I can't sing, but I do everything else.
Well, that's too bad, Jay, because we got
during COVID, I was in Denmark, a little country somewhere with Vikings, and they explored the rest of the bloody world. But I was there, and I spent some time with a friend there, and he had a studio, and he didn't do anything with it. But he had a really nice Yamaha recording custom in there, and good cymbals. So I sampled every tom, snare, kick, cymbals, and I'm still using them.
So what is your weapon of choice? Guitar, bass, drums? What do you prefer the most to play?
I'm a guitarist.
Guitarist? I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer myself.
Sorry?
I'm a drummer myself. That's what I started playing, was drums. I can go without playing for 5 years and get behind a drum kit, and it's like I never missed a beat. Strange, but I know. But drumming has always been my favorite. But now I spend most of my time just working with AI, and I write material, and then I put the material together, and I do arrangements, and so I make my own music.
I never knew you were a drummer.
Because I never told you.
Maybe I'm going to use you one day for.
You dirty bastard! How you going to use me?
You can play some drums for me.
He's gonna use those nipples for something.
Yeah. Not just for tassels, right? Use my nipples for something more useful than just tassels. I get it. But I love making music myself. I don't have a band, so I learned how to work with AI a little bit.
I don't have a band.
But I love music. That's always been my thing, and that's why I think I miss so much about doing these shows. I took a break from interviewing people, musicians wise. And so it's good to get back doing it, and so we can hear stories about that. How long have you been playing guitar then?
About 45 years.
Oh, we're not going to say his age, folks. 45 years. We'll just leave it at
that. I will be 60 this year. So
how old?
60.
No fucking way.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Me
either. I thought he's about my age. I got more gray on my face than he fucking does. That's messed up, Jen.
That's what rock and roll do for you.
I'm finally not the oldest person on the show.
How old are you, Jen?
I'm 56.
Oh, we got our senior citizens club going on here then. Free coffee, McDonald's. Excuse me, sorry. So, what?
Sid doesn't know what to say. He's lost now.
Who is your biggest influence musically wise? Who inspired you to pick up a guitar and start playing?
Ace Frehley.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He is my biggest god.
There's another one we don't agree with, Jay.
Really?
I think Ace Frehley sucks balls.
Fuck them. But I bought their first album in 75.
I think Kiss is one
only
of
a
the worst
little
bands in rock history.
But I love the cover. The album cover was great.
I've tried to get into Kiss, but I just cannot ever.
My brothers
No.
loved Kiss, so I heard Kiss constantly because my older brothers just listened to it all.
When you are a 10-year-old kid and you see the first Kiss album cover,
well, you just see Kiss, you just see them.
you see a cover and you think, wow.
I will give Kiss props. They were a band that was a little bit above their time with the makeup and the showmanship and going. The shows that they put on were way past their time, and I'll give them that. But as far as musically talented, I never thought Kiss was that much of a talented band. When they went to that disco shit, I was made for loving you. They lost me. They lost me.
Well, that was the time I disappeared.
No, you're gonna come out with a disco song next, ain't you?
I have seen Kiss in Leiden in Holland, and they had Iron Maiden as support act.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I've seen them.
Look, I'm getting told by Scott. Bite your tongue, Sid. Ace Frehley is awesome.
Ace Frehley is my guitar hero.
My sister says the guy talking. She's talking about you, Jay. This is my sister. She said he sounds like Ozzy. I can hear that a little bit, actually. To be fair,
kinda.
A little bit more understandable than Ozzy when talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can understand. You can understand Jay
from the Black Country.
To be fair, I heard Ace Frehley not too long ago he was saying he created a certain style of guitar. He taught Eddie Van Halen how to do guitar solos, and then he grabbed the guitar and he started strumming and try to do the tapping, and it was absolutely just horrid hearing him play that guitar. Maybe he was drunk, maybe he was on something, I don't know. But back in his prime, I'll give some prop to Ace Frehley. He was a little bit ahead of his time when it comes to his guitar solos. Back Destroyer.
That's the problem with lots of famous people. He was one of the guys who was way in front of everybody else, like Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Richie Blackmore, maybe, and Ace Frehley always had a sound I liked, and I was a really big Kiss fan.
You know, I love giving Jay shit about Ace Frehley because he gave me shit about Metallica.
I hate Metallica. Everybody will hate me now, but I hate Metallica.
I don't hate Metallica, but I am not a huge Metallica fan. They are not my favorite band.
They're one of my top bands, but not my favorite. To be fair, I don't think I have a favorite band anymore.
My favorite, I don't really have a favorite. There's I have like top 5 bands that I like, but I don't really have a favorite band.
I don't anymore. I just there's so much music out there, and there's so many small independent bands that don't get heard on radio play that sound so good, so much better than these mainstream bands. So I don't have a favorite go-to band anymore. It used to be Avenged Sevenfold until I went to go see them live.
Well, I still love Avenged Sevenfold. I will always love Avenged Sevenfold. I like Ice Nine Kills. I like Sleep Token. But my musical tastes run a gamut of, all over the place.
Cat Brackett says, "I love Kiss. Eric Carr was my friend. Rest in peace." That he was. You don't like Eric Carr?
Peter Criss was my. I like the classic Kiss.
The old school, the original lineup.
Yeah, but don't forget, I'm not American. I'm European, and I only see what I see here. And I'm to be honest, I'm not a really big fan of American metal in general. I don't like Metallica. Metallica is for me, is one of the worst bands in the world. I like Slayer. I love
Slayer.
Anthrax. I love Anthrax.
Anthrax.
I've seen Anthrax loads of times live, and the guys are really nice. I've seen Metallica live, and I met the guys of Metallica, and they are complete. Can I say this? Assholes.
You can say it.
I don't like them at all. They were really cocky, and they were fucking nobodies at that time when I met them, because I did a show as a sound engineer for Iron Maiden here in Europe, and they were second best. Iron Maiden was headlining, and Metallica was second best, and they were very cocky. So no, I don't like him.
I have an interesting story of Metallica, since we're on the Metallica kick and since you hate them so much. When I was back in 1988, I was part of a band and we won a battle.
1988. How old are you?
I was in a band and we won a battle of the bands in Indiana. And the prize was we got to open up for Metallica for their Injustice for All tour. And we did our set. We got to go hang out backstage. I go back after Metallica done their set. They went back
to reach for my cup of tea.
Oh, Dad, you're fine, buddy. And so I got to meet James Hetfield on a shower stall. He was wearing a bathrobe and he had 2 bottles of Jack Daniels sitting by his side. He said, "Hey kid, you want to drink with me?" I said, "By the way, good show tonight for opening up for us. Good job, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a drink with you." And I went up, we slammed this bottle of Jack Daniels. I ended up puking all over the lap of James Hetfield. And we ended up having to take a shower. We ended up taking the shower to get the puke off of him. He laughed it off.
Oh my God.
He laughed it off, but yeah.
Sid.
What? I was young. There was a lot of alcohol.
You were young because I graduated in 87, so you were pretty young.
I was 88. I was 15 years old.
He was just a baby.
Yep, 15 years old.
You're still a baby.
He's still a baby.
I'm 50 years old now.
He's 50.
Yeah, you're still a baby.
I'm not a baby anymore.
I'm old.
Well, I'll take it back. I do. Like a baby, I do love to suck on the tits.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
So I want to say before we end tonight's show, we try to keep us within an hour. I want to say thank you, Jay, for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for sharing your music with everybody tonight. Scars and Pride. Go check them out on YouTube, Scars and Pride, or go check out Jay and follow him or friend him on Facebook, and you get to hear the new stuff that's coming out that he's working on now, because it is absolutely phenomenal stuff that he's doing right now, and I cannot wait till we start getting some finished product so we can bring Jay back on the show again.
Tons and tons.
We'll get Jay back on the show again with his new music. We can talk about his new music, what he's doing, and once again, thank you, buddy, for hanging out with us, man. It was a pleasure to actually officially meet you in person.
My pleasure, mate. And Jen.
Yes, it was wonderful to meet you.
Yeah. Let's do this again.
We will.
Yeah.
A couple of months' time.
Absolutely. before we get out of here, we have a show update for February 22nd. We're going to play this video before we head out. It's going to be our guest on the show called Not Now Normans. We'll be playing their song. Let me get to it. Family Photo is the name of this video and song, but they're going to be coming on here February 22nd. We actually originally had Jay coming on last weekend, but I was so deathly ill. He was so gracious and so nice and saying, hey, we can do it next week. And so I want to say thank you for that.
Postpone my holiday for you.
I appreciate, and I also want to say,
no, I'm joking, mate.
I want to say as well, thank you for all of your support and interaction on my page and the things that I do. It means a lot, and I will do the same for you guys as well, man. When you come out,
hey, you're my mate.
We are now officially brothers. We are now officially brothers.
We support each other.
That's it. That's what this community
what we do.
Of. That's what this community more of is supporting each other instead of bashing each other because you don't like them.
You need to meet my partner, Julie.
And well, speaking of that, she needs to get a hold of me when she feels a little bit better, so I can be the guest on her show as well. I love the topic of the podcast. So it'd be brilliant, and I'd be more than happy to be part of the show. I know you asked earlier, and I was kind of like sick a little bit still. I was like, well, wait till I get feel a little bit better. We'll talk about it. But Julie, whenever you're ready, shoot me a message, and we'll work something out to be on the show. I would love to be on your show as well. And matter of fact, we might just get Julie to come on the show as well too.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We could talk about wellness and all that stuff that goes along with it. Mental health, physical health, all that stuff is very, very, very vital to happiness, period. If you live well, you're going to be well. And I love it. Thank you again, Jay. We're going to end tonight's show with one last song. This is Not Now Norman with their song Family Photo. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I know it was kind of and thanks, Jay, for coming and hanging out with us as well.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll catch you guys this coming up Wednesday, our same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Reinventing with Jenn and me. Until then, you guys see you later, Jay. You guys have a great night. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Black silhouettes in the family photo I have in my hand. No word since birth, no word, no letter, not even a quote. Not bothered anyway, don't even care if anyone is your vision turned us on the very day that I was born a girl. Last time I saw you, did you see me? I don't know, it didn't show. Stranger stuff feels